Lok Sabha election 2024 is a watershed. It kind of completely changed the first 10 years of the Modi government's dominance in the country as a party, the hegemonic leadership of Mr. Modi, his popularity across the country. That trend began to change if not in a major way, it certainly began to transform. And I think that is what we are heading into, because when you mentioned that the Congress was wiped off in Rajasthan, in Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, these are all pre-2024 Lok Sabha. So 2024 Lok Sabha has turned the equation. And therefore, we see in these two major polls going on based on the exit poll results, that the BJP is losing out, both in Haryana in a major way. Congress is emerging as a serious player. And in the Jammu and Kashmir, again, the alliance between NC and Congress is doing better. And I have a feeling this is going to continue, certainly in Delhi elections, where the AAP, again a member of the India Alliance, is possibly going to win. We might see a similar situation in Maharashtra, where the testing ground will come when the Jharkhand and Bihar elections come, especially Bihar. Even if BJP wins Jharkhand, Bihar will be the major test, because remember, Bihar and UP constitute the major ground level 120 seats for the BJP, right? So as of now, the tilt has begun, given the fact that in Haryana, it's of course very much a combination of this countrywide trend, and also given the fact that Hooda himself enjoys enormous popularity because of unity of Jat vote, and as you pointed out, Jat-Dalit alliance. And
okay.
If you take the numbers of both, that's
Ajay, let me just hold you here. Just let me hold you here. Mr. Pabbi is also with us. Mr. Pabbi, if we are saying that the Congress is getting more Dalit votes, if you recall, there were riots in Haryana 8 years ago.
Right.
And the entire Jat leadership was put under scanner because of it. Right. Jat consolidation took place for Congress in the previous elections also, which is called Ambala, Rohtak, Sonipat belt. Why are we expecting Congress to do well in non-Jat areas also? Is it because of the constitution play, despite the fact that, Hooda is the face right now? Why has that shift taken? So that is why I asked this question to Ajit. Is it because of the constitution debate, or are there any hyper-local and state-related reasons?
Karthikeya, in fact, this consolidation of votes in Haryana is not the same as it is perhaps in Bihar and Uttar Pradesh and all that. The caste lines or these lines are not very clearly demarcated. So even in the past, you had Bhajan Lal, who was from a Bishnoi community, had become the chief minister. Of course, there have been Jat chief ministers also, but the divide is not very sharp. So I think this time there are so many factors that have come into play. Yes, you are right. In Mirchpur, at that time, there were a lot of atrocities against Dalits, and they have gone against the Jats. But I think this time there has been an overwhelming anti-incumbency against the BJP government. And perhaps that is why most others have closed ranks to just ensure that, the BJP goes out of power. So I think that is one of the reasons, and of course there are other Dalit faces also in Haryana Congress, and they have been already in the past also they have been voting in favor of Congress. So that has been the trend in the past also.
Brijesh.
I think one of the thing is that there is a massive anti-incumbency, and the top leadership has been left rudderless for a long time. And that is the reason why when BJP approached this...
My question was basically, why couldn't Khattar and Mr. Saini, who are not Jat leaders, and they were working on the so-called Bhajan Lal politics, could not galvanize the other communities vis-a-vis Jats, which they were able to do in 14 and 19.
Well, 14 was a completely different election, Karthikeya. You cannot compare the 14 election with the 19. See, 19 also, the BJP's downfall had started. Not that steep, but it had started. People had started eating at the chips at the edifice of the BJP, and that is the reason why they could not get an absolute majority on their own, and that is why they had to take support from Dushyant Chautala. And that is the reason why when 24 election came, the BJP lost 4 seats and they won 5 and the Congress won 5 seats. So it was very clear that the kind of jump which is the surge which we have seen in 2014, where it was Jat versus the rest of the community getting together and voting for the Bharatiya Janata Party. The popularity of Prime Minister Narendra Modi was at its peak. At that time he was a political phenomena who could do no wrong, and that is the reason why everything went in BJP's favor. In the last 1 year, 1.5, 2 years rather, I would say, there has been a massive decline in the popularity of Manohar Lal Khattar as a chief minister. And I mean, it's cutting across caste lines, and everybody was angry and upset. That is the reason why the BJP felt that they should go and change the chief ministership and put Naib Singh Saini at his place. But unfortunately, it came too little, too late. This was have done like a year before. They might be able to arrest some sort of decline, but it came so late that I mean, other than him being a sacrificial lamb, barring that, Saini has done nothing.
Ajit, 2018 was the last time Congress swept any seat. Swept. They had won. Chhattisgarh they swept. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. After 6 years, it's Haryana. After 6 years, it is Haryana. Do you think that Haryana can have a domino effect? Some states have a domino effect. Do you think Haryana can have a domino effect? Can you unmute yourself?
Sorry, they did pretty well in Karnataka and Himachal right before the Lok Sabha elections. So these are the 2 states where Congress almost swept. Well, they didn't get an overwhelming majority. Haryana, we will only know tomorrow. But I don't think, Congress is certainly on a rebound. Congress in the Lok Sabha itself, from the 50s position, moved to almost 99 seats. So it's on a rebound. In Haryana, it is obviously from, massive fierce anti-incumbency against the BJP. And as we pointed out, the fact that the constitution caste surveys have helped this consolidation between Jats and Dalits, which did not appear in the past. Also, the fact that Jats are a consolidated community, which it wasn't in 2014 and 2019 assembly election in Haryana, because you had INLD cutting into Jat votes, you had JJP cutting into Jat votes. This time, as the exit poll results show, all these local factors are gone. So Congress is certainly on a rebound. Now, it is not only Congress that is on the rebound in the country. India Alliance as such, if Congress is able to rebuild the India Alliance, then we can think of a Congress resurgence in the country. If Congress fails in doing that, which partly it has failed in Haryana, because it could not bring AAP into the alliance. So therefore, in Delhi, may not accommodate Congress, right? So until and unless Congress is able to get its act together and rebuild the India Alliance all over the country, it will be difficult to challenge the BJP, because the BJP is down but not out, right? It is still the single largest party in the country. So the Congress needs to carefully rebuild the India Alliance. In each and every state, they are going to polls: Jharkhand, Maharashtra, Bihar, Delhi, and after that, the next year, the other sort of state assembly elections. Only then can Congress think of challenging the BJP all over the country. Right now, Congress is rebounding. Rahul Gandhi is now
Ajit,
the
wait a minute.
leader of
When I said there's a reason why Huda is fighting back. Let me play out that bite. That bite says a lot.
देखिए, चुनाव हुआ है, मैंने कल भी कहा, आज भी कहा है, हरियाणा के लोगों के प्रति आभार व्यक्त किया सबने। बहुत शांतिप्रिय ढंग से चुनाव हुआ है, कोई अप्रिय घटना नहीं घटी है, इस बात की हार्दिक बधाई देता हूँ।
सर, आपने पहले भी कहा
वोटिंग परसेंटेज ठीक अच्छी है, 68%।
सर, आपने पहले भी कहा था कि रिटायर नहीं हुए हैं, आप ना टायर हुए हैं, इसीलिए ये सवाल पूछ रहे हैं। अभी भी आप रिटायर?
अब भी यही कह रहा हूँ ना, मैं टायर्ड हूँ ना रिटायर्ड हूँ। बोलो।
तो हैट्रिक लगाएंगे सर आप? तो हैट्रिक लगाने को तैयार हैं?
नौजवानों को मौका देंगे क्या?
सर, हैट्रिक लगाने को तैयार है या टायर्ड नहीं है?
मैं क्या लगता हूँ आपको?
See, that is why I was saying this bite says it all. Mr. Pabi, and then I'll come to Ajit, there is one thing which is very special about Indian politics. It's not like Anglo-Saxon democracies like France or Germany or America, where young presidential young presidential candidates are, they appeal to the voters. In India, the youth can be swayed by people above 70, Mahatma Gandhi, Jayaprakash Narayan, Ram Manohar Lohia, VP Singh was not young. In fact, I would say Rajiv Gandhi was an Abbat. Even Prime Minister Modi was 63 plus. If you look at Atal Bihari Vajpayee, he was in the other end of his career when he went on to become the Prime Minister. Abki Bari Atal Bihari. Look at Manmohan Singh. So, age works differently in South Asian societies. So, when Huda says, हम ना tired हैं ना retired हैं और क्या मैं जवान नहीं हूँ, what is it telling us, sir?
Yes, it is very, very clear that he is not going to have any compromise, not at all. So if there is a kind of a compromise formula, he is not into it. In fact, at the ticket distribution stage itself, it became very, very clear that Huda has a say. And party high command and all that, they have given vast majority of tickets to his supporters. So Shalja has just got 13, 14, which is hardly a number. So I think high command, as far as Congress high command is concerned, I think they have made up their mind. And as far as this age is concerned, it's everywhere. Like even in the case of Mr. Modi, now they were saying he after 75 he might quit, but Amit Shah and others have come to his rescue and saying nothing doing, he will carry on. So he will not be one of those.
Ajit, there's a better way of putting it. Ajit, there's a better way of putting it. Does age matter?
No, it doesn't. Not even in American elections. Remember Biden and remember Trump. Trump is even older than Mr. Huda, right? So age doesn't really matter, number one. And number two, if we look at Haryana elections in a focused manner, the story is the return of Bhupinder Singh Hooda. We cannot call it the return of the prodigal son, because after all, he was the leader of the Congress and the leader of the opposition. But in a way, this is the return of Bhupinder Singh Hooda, who has been chief minister for 10 years. And for some reason, he was out for 10 years. It's his hat trick all over again. It is because of him. Look at the way he insisted. Rahul Gandhi wanted the AAP to be part of the alliance. When Hooda did not listen, Rahul did not campaign initially, right? Went away to America, then came back, huffed and puffed, and then came back and campaigned and brought Hooda and Selja together. So basically, it's Bhupinder Singh Hooda who's leading this victory that we will see tomorrow as the exit polls are predicted. It's a total Bhupinder Singh Hooda-led sort of what one would call a campaign. He was the one who distributed majority seats, and Kumari Selja was also alienated from the campaign for most of the period. So it is single-handedly Bhupinder Singh Hooda who has brought back Haryana back to the Congress.
Okay. I think that's the best way to sum up. That is why I had only put that bite in my show, because that just tells you everything. When he says na tired hu na retired hu. I thank you, Ajit. I thank you, Mr. Pabi, because this debate from Dalit, expansion of the Congress politics, the constitution issue, the comeback in North India, the proof of the pudding is in eating it. But I leave you with the bite of the person who is the man of the movement. And his name is Bhupinder Singh Hooda, who is unputdownable, despite everyone saying that they want to be the chief minister. He says, क्या मैं जवान नहीं हूँ?
देखिए, चुनाव हुआ है, मैंने कल भी कहा, आज भी कहा है, हरियाणा के लोगों के प्रति आभार व्यक्त किया सबने। बहुत शांतिप्रिय ढंग से चुनाव हुआ है, कोई अप्रिय घटना नहीं घटी है, इस बात की हार्दिक बधाई देता हूँ।
सर, आपने पहले भी कहा
ठीक अच्छी है, 68%।
सर, आपने पहले भी कहा था कि रिटायर नहीं हुए हैं, अपना टायर हुए हैं, इसीलिए ये सवाल पूछ रहे हैं। अभी भी आप रिटायर?
अब भी यही कह रहा हूँ ना, मैं टायर्ड हूँ ना रिटायर्ड हूँ। बोलो।
तो हैट्रिक लगाएंगे सर आप?
तो हैट्रिक लगाने को तैयार है?
नौजवानों को मौका देंगे क्या
सर? हैट्रिक लगाने को तैयार है या टायर्ड नहीं है?
मैं क्या लगता हूँ आपको?
Exit poll suggests that Congress is likely to sweep Haryana and get a clear mandate. Bharatiya Janata Party is unlikely to get a hat-trick in the state as per the exit polls. If it happens, it means that the Congress will have a footprint in North India. Now, does this mean that the Congress can further consolidate its goal in Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan and other parts of North India, can make a comeback the way Congress did for some time, a brief time in 2009 when it had more than 22 MPs in UP? A stronger Congress would also suggest Dalit consolidation behind the party, and will this have an impact on Maharashtra elections where Dalit votes are very, very important? And is this the reason why the Kumari Selja has been pitching as a CM candidate? Like a decision has been taken in the party that the Dalit vote should